Hey, beautiful people. So, yesterday I went to the movies to go see Hidden Figures. The whole section, upper section, the entire section was nothing but white faces. Nothing but white faces. I walked in like, I don't know about this one. If you don't know what Hidden Figures is, Hidden Figures are about the three mathematician women um, who helped a lot with NASA. The movie touched me in so many ways. I don't understand why in school we weren't taught about Katherine Johnson, Mary Jackson, Dorothy Vaughan. I don't understand why these three powerful, wonderful women were held from us. Why am I just not learning about this when these women in their 90s? It's 2017, bro. It's 2017. But I learned about NASA and I learned about astronauts. But you telling me I couldn't learn about them? You holding it back from us? Like, I felt humiliated. And it didn't even happen. It did happen to me because I wasn't taught. I felt like something or somebody stole something from me. I was hurt. So like I said, I was hurt. But that's on my part. And it's not all on my part but at the same time, we have the power today. We have the power today to learn about our history, to learn about our own people as black people, what we have done, what we have accomplished. I understand that they don't teach us these things. I understand that they try to hold it from us. But it's in our own power now to learn ourselves. And my feeling was reflected in the movie when Dorothy and her sons were in the library. And the book she was looking for wasn't in the color section. And Dorothy got on the bus with her two sons and she pulled the book out her purse and her sons are like, You took the book? And she said, I pay taxes. My taxes pay for everything in that library. And that's how I feel. Certain books were not in the color section because they didn't want us to know certain things. So that pushed us back even further. We didn't know certain things because they were held from us. We didn't know certain things because they were only given to the white people to learn. And it's just like when you hear certain people say, get over what happened to us, or that's not what happened. You were given things that I wasn't given. As a white person or as a white community, you had things given to you. You had things that were taught to you that were not taught to the inner city kids, that were not taught to the black communities, that were not told to us. They were held from us because they were afraid to know what we would do with that information, or afraid that we will all be on the same level. You know how bad that shit hurts today? So for everybody that judges black communities and black people, we still catching up. In 2017, we're still catching up. I don't care what nobody say. We're still catching up. There are things we still don't know. I know a white school, predominantly white, if you must say, high school. And they have a class about finances. Personal finances, something like that. They have that at their high school. That's why black people credit so messed up now. We didn't learn shit about credit, finances, personal finances, money management, nothing like that. Nothing like that. And that's today. You feel me? That's today. So it's still being held from us. Still. You can't tell me it's not. For my black people. Do y'all realize what we can all accomplish together if we stick together? If we stop being worried about who messing with who wearing what, who got this, who got that. We stop worrying about things like that because those things really don't matter at all. We get that together, we'll be some bad mama jammas. We already bad. Don't get me wrong. We are already bad. But it can be so much more. not only was I hurt about the things that were held and kept from us, but I was hurt because there was so much more I feel like I could have did, or so much more that I could have done, or just been a better person, but I wasn't. I got dragged down into what they want us to believe about ourselves. I got dragged down into what they don't want us to know about ourselves. I got dragged down into the community that I was surrounded by, of the mess, the messiness, the drama, the bullshit, the drugs, the everything. I got dragged down into that, and none of us deserve to be dragged down into those things. We are so much greater than those things. The only thing I can do now is to be a better me. Is to help people be a better them. I used to be the type of person where you come for me, I'm coming even harder for you. You know, retaliation, loved it. But retaliation is a major issue in our community. Like, everything doesn't need a reaction. Everything doesn't need a comeback. You know, I don't care what it is, what they said, what they did to you. Let it go. There was a white character named Vivian Mitchell. Vivian Mitchell wanted to hold Dorothy Vaughan from being successful as much as possible, you know. And it was a line. And Vivian said, "Despite what you think, I have nothing against y'all." Meaning black people. I have nothing against y'all. Dorothy responded and said, "I know you probably believe that. When you know you wrong and somebody says something like that to you, that should touch your heart, and it should sting somewhere in your mind, like, okay, where am I going wrong? What am I doing wrong? And how can I make it better? Because I just got called out. And I got called out factually. Because I'm sure Vivian had to sit and think about that. Like, I do believe that. It is wrong. You know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we have to do better with responding back to certain things. I know I have to do better. I'm working on it. And this movie really pushed me to work on it. I apologize to anybody I've ever hurt. I apologize to anybody that I've ever bashed. I apologize to anybody I've ever talked down on. And if you ever bashed me, threw dirt on my name, did me wrong, I accept your apology without you even giving me an apology. I accept it. I just want better. You know, not just for me, for my people, for my friends, for my family, for my community. I just want better. I just don't want to be held back anymore. You know, I just don't want you guys to be held back anymore. Y'all kids. Another line, Mary Jackson. I love Mary Jackson in this movie. Which was played by Janelle Monáe, which I love her to death anyway. So I really liked how she did Mary Jackson in this movie. But she said, every time we get a chance to get ahead, they move the finish line. Every time. Every time. Like, I don't know what any of you have been through, but I know what I've seen some of my friends go through, or what I've been through. And it's not fair. It's not. But we really have to do better, because they gonna keep pushing the finish line on us, y'all. They gonna keep pushing it away from us. And it hurts, because I know some of y'all got really good hearts and got really good intentions to move forward in life, and I can see it in some of y'all. Y'all got so much potential. Everybody has so much potential. And it's not fair for the finish line to be moved every time they see us damn near getting there. It's just like the movie, and it's still happening today. That's what pissed me off. This movie was based off of 1961 and 1962, and it's 2017, and the exact same motherfucking things is happening. Mary was qualified for that job and didn't get the job because now all of a sudden she needed a degree or certain classes to be taken to get that position. My friends deserve certain positions, have more experience than a white female sitting in them positions. Oh, but all of a sudden, certifications are required to have the job. Since when? Then you ask the girl sitting in the position like, hey, did you have to get certified when you got the job? Oh no, they didn't do that when I had it. When I came for this job, they didn't have that. But because so many of us are climbing certain ladders or reaching the finish line, all of a sudden it's a halt. Oh, new requirements. As a black woman, I just don't like any of us feeling like we are less than. I don't want you to feel like you can't go to the next level because somebody told you you can't. If you didn't go to school or not, if something you know you can do because you qualify for that job, because you have enough experience, please go for it. Stop thinking that it's a roadblock. I understand that it is in a lot of cases, but fuck it. Go for it. Go. You never know. You never know what person is sitting behind that screen looking at your application. If you've seen the movie, Al Harrison was a white man, was the boss man. And everybody kept saying, all the white people kept telling Catherine that Al wouldn't warm up to her because she was a black woman and he was a white man in charge. But that wasn't the case at all. So basically, you don't know if you have an Al Harrison on the other side of the computer ready to give your black ass a chance. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that. So just go for it. Go for it. The worst is it could be a no. But you never know if there's somebody willing to give you a chance and tell you yes. And back to my favorite character, Mary Jackson. When Mr. Zelensky told her to take classes to be an engineer, like she deserved to be an engineer. She was more than a computer, whatever they called her. She needed to be an engineer. And she told him, Mr. Zelensky, I'm a Negro woman. I'm not going to entertain the impossible. That fucked me up too. Like, I just don't... I'm not going to say I don't understand. I do understand. I do understand why some of you feel that way. I do understand why some of you feel like it's impossible for us to do certain things and to get certain things. But when she said that I'm not going to entertain the impossible, it's not impossible, y'all. It's not. It's not. We may have to go the extra mile, go over a couple of blocks, go up a couple of flights of stairs. We may have to do those extra things that other people didn't have to do. But I promise you it's not impossible. I promise you you're not entertaining the impossible. You're entertaining your future. That's it. You're entertaining your future. You're entertaining a better you. Don't ever think it's impossible. Get shot down. Cry. Do whatever you gotta do. But do better. You know what to do the next time. You know what not to do the next time. I understand that you don't want to have these barriers in front of you to hold you when you see somebody that has a straight line with no zigzags and no swerves and no pushbacks on their road or in their lane or on their path. I understand that you can look over and you see that and you like, how come it's not that easy for me? They don't want it to be that easy for you. But it's up to you to push through. Period. It's up to you to get through. And I know you can get through. I know I can get through. I understand that some of this stuff may hurt and make you just want to give up. But please don't give up. This movie, Hidden Figures, really just showing me don't give up. I love y'all. I want y'all to do better. And I want us to do better.